Let's take you back out live to the Bastrop Civic Center, where officials from various agencies are assembling now to give us the 4 o'clock briefing. County Judge Ronnie McDonald has been on top of things since Sunday when this all broke out. We do need to tell you again that 2 civilians were killed in this incident. And one man was burned at his home in the Smithville area. The other person they have not discussed yet.
No, they have not.
Which is kind of unusual since the death happened on Tuesday.
Well, they wanted to make sure that all family was notified. Here's Judge McDonald.
Complex fire. We're going to let Mike Fisher come and give you any changes that we have according to our reentry plan. Mike.
Thanks, boss. We've had a slight change in the reentry plan. Not really much of effect for those folks that are in that area, but on Highway 21 East, we have moved the roadblock from the Pine View Estates back to Loop 150. Pine View Estates is still accessible from Hoffman Road and South Shore Road. Those folks that live there, they know that. We've also got some maps, road maps showing some of these things we've talked about in graphic description, and I understand we'll have those posted outside immediately following the briefing. In terms of the fire, this is still a very active fire. The activity, as we suspected, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because of the winds and the drop in humidity, have made it more active this afternoon. And so the crews have gone into a very active mode of structure protection. Most of the flare-ups we're having are in the already burned area. And so rather than give attention to something interior with that sort of overhead danger, we've sort of concentrated most of our forces to protecting structures that might be outside the burn area where it may catch over. And so far, they've been 100% successful for that. Because of the weather today and another similar pattern tomorrow, there's still some potential for growth in size, and so we keep monitoring that. And our strategists and planners back behind me are constantly monitoring that, trying to determine what the crews will be doing tonight and then again for tomorrow. I guess I'm still on, huh? Still on. This must be a battery-operated system.
It's not blue line.
But we got ours back on. It's back on.
At this point, the acreage estimate is still estimated a little over 34,000 acres, still 30% containment. As I mentioned in the earlier briefing, typically when the crews come in at the end of the day shift, we'll reevaluate both of those numbers, and so there may be by tomorrow some change in that. The Union Chapel fire is at least 90%, perhaps more. No really new information on that. We have through the day posted more addresses, 134 more addresses than were posted yesterday of homes that we know were completely destroyed. And those are posted along with the ones that were posted yesterday out on the wall. I do want to mention one thing, and I want everybody to listen up very close. As the inversion lifted and the fire activity came back into play this afternoon, we had electric line crews that you heard us say were out there this morning working on a line out in an area trying to get their job done. We had a flare-up. It trapped them on the roadway. We pulled law enforcement and fire units running lights and siren, took them off their assignment, obviously, came in there and brought helicopters in so we could rescue that crew. They're safe, they're fine, their equipment is fine. I'm saying that because I know there's people wondering why we're not more aggressive about letting people go back into where the burned area is and where this fire occurs. This place we're worried about of 34,000 acres. We intend to stay with our plan, the one we've had all along, so as that we don't put any of our citizens and our neighbors in harm's way. These electrical linemen knew there was a risk. We knew there was a risk. We didn't like the incident. We were prepared to handle it. And because of that one incident, I'm convinced that we're right on target with our planning, and we're going to stay that way until there's reason to change that. If I've missed anything, Sheriff, anything you want to add? I mean, that's the end of my report.
Mr. Fisher, you said in the news today that there was a specific plan, a phased plan for reentry.
Let me take questions here in a second. We're going to now bring in Mark Rose, who's going to give us an outage report.
Thank you, Judge. I'd like to underscore what Mike Fisher has said a minute ago. This is a dangerous area where we are working. I toured the Tahitian Village area earlier today. Even though people are back in on the west side of Tahitian Village, and it is still a significantly dangerous place for folks to be working. I know that the projection times on outages and restoration may seem long to some folks. I want to emphasize again, it is not as simple as going through an area and hanging wire. We have burning trees. We have trees well outside of any right-of-way that have been damaged that are burning. We have a tremendous amount of right-of-way work that we're going to have to do before a line can be safely energized. The assessment in the Tahitian Village area is going well, but it will be probably the 4 o'clock press conference tomorrow before we'll be able to give you any outage restoration times for the areas, in fact, in which some people have been allowed to go back in. All of the Union Chapel fire area, power has been restored to that area, and we are meeting our schedules that we laid out earlier. So again, it is simply not a safe situation, and the men are in there working, and I could not be more proud of them. They're dedicated to their job. I also have to salute the coordination from the federal government to the county officials in terms of us being in this zone. It is simply outstanding coordination, highly organized, and I echo what Mike said in terms of unfortunately having to prove that today. An announcement to our members: if your home was destroyed by the fire, you do not have to call and do anything relative to your account. We are tracking the verification list, and we will automatically suspend your account and appropriately correct and adjust the balances. So you do not have to do any business transaction. We will suspend your account. Should you choose to rebuild there, then we will start your account. And as I said 2 days ago, all fees will be waived, all reconnect fees, all construction and aid fees. We'll simply put it back like it was when we get to that happy point. But in terms of where you are today, you do not need to do anything. We will track your account. We will suspend your account. We will take care of the business end of that. Again, please don't go into the area unless you're authorized. And if you do, please allow our crews to do their work. Thank you.